Why did my wife hide this letter from me for 12 years? I thought I knew everything about my wife, Hannah. We met in college, married young, built a life from scratch. She's warm, funny, the kind of person who remembers birthdays and cries during animal rescue commercials. But there was always this thing. She hated talking about her childhood, not just didn't like it, I mean full-on shutdown mode. Anytime I asked about her parents or her hometown, she'd say, "It's not worth talking about," and change the subject. I figured maybe it was just one of those rough family situations. Not my business unless she wanted it to be. We've been married 12 years. Last week, I was replacing the drawer slides in her old writing desk, this vintage thing she brought when we moved in together. She always kept it locked, but I never thought much about it. Just old notebooks and junk, she said once. That day, while I was fixing the mechanism, the lock popped open. Not on purpose. I didn't even realize what I'd done until I saw it slightly ajar. Inside, everything was neat, too neat. One faded envelope sat on top. It was addressed to her, but the return address chilled me. Millstone State Prison, inmate, 467298, Mark Weaver. I stared at it for a long time before opening it. The handwriting was shaky. Inside was a 3-page letter from her father. She'd told me he died in a car accident when she was 7, but according to the letter, he was alive, serving a life sentence for murder. "Dear Hannah, I don't deserve your forgiveness. I just need you to know the truth before I die." He explained how one night when Hannah was 6, he came home drunk and found his wife, Hannah's mom, trying to leave him. She'd packed a bag. There was an argument, and in his own words, he said, "I snapped. I wish I could erase that moment. I killed her. I turned my daughter into an orphan." He said Hannah had seen it happen, had testified, that her own words helped put him behind bars. I sat on the floor for I don't even know how long. That night, I confronted Hannah. She was chopping vegetables for dinner when I said quietly, "I read the letter." She froze, knife midair, then put it down slowly. For a minute, she didn't speak. Then, "I always knew you'd find it one day." She sat down at the table, her voice calm, like she'd rehearsed it 100 times. "I lied because I wanted a life that wasn't about him. I didn't want you to see me as the girl whose father did that. I wanted to be me, not his daughter." Her voice cracked, but she didn't cry. I asked, "Do you still talk to him?" She shook her head. "No, I never wrote back, not once. But I kept the letter because I needed to remember I got away, that I survived it." We sat there in silence, in the soft hum of our kitchen light. Then I did the only thing I could think of. I reached across the table and held her hand, because in that moment, I didn't see her as broken. I saw her as stronger than anyone I'd ever known. Now, 12 years into our marriage, I'm finally beginning to understand the woman I love.